What's up, everybody? ODC here, and I'm back with another action figure review. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. It's going to be a quick review, and this is going to be the review of the X-Men Retro Wave. This is Warlord, aka Professor X. Now, this is his look. Long story short, I'm pretty sure everyone knows it at this point, but this was his look from X-Men when he joined the Shi'ar Empire. This is also not actually a part of the cover art. The cover art, he was different. I'll post it right here. Cover art had him in a gold and purple, I believe, cape. And this is the actual comic book artwork, how he looked. So they switched it up a little bit on you. I'm assuming that they'll probably re-release this. They probably will do the gold version down the road, but this is his in-book artwork, how he looked. So he's pretty simple. I shouldn't say he's pretty simple. He's very simple in how he looks. He's got a new head sculpt. He's got some new tooling for the cape and the neck collar piece. Yeah, I think it looks good. There's not like a whole lot going on here, so I'll just jump right into articulation. Head can swivel at a full 360 rotation if you needed to. The head can look look up about that far. That's about it. The head can look down. The no tilt. He's got jive turkeys though. The arms can go up and about this far. I want to say about that far, man. He is on an older body, so he does have a neck hinge joint, but he does have pinless features, so there's a little bit of updating there. He also has a bicep swivel, excuse me, I almost didn't include that, or butterfly joint, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. I am just failing at this articulation, aren't I? Swiveling at the wrist. He's got lateral hinge joint on the extra hands, lateral hinge joints, and lateral hinge joints. So no verticals. Not that he really necessarily needs it, but it would have been nice as an option. He does have an ab crunch, clicks, all that stuff. The paint does not go all the way into the ab crunch. It's just something to point out. I don't really care about that much, but it is something to point out. There's no details on the back of his body. He's pretty plain Jane, but just to point that out. He does have a waist swivel. He can do the splits about that far. Legs go forward, legs go back a little bit, upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, as we're used to. He does have a calf swivel, pointy toe, pointy heel, ankle pivot, all that fun stuff in a partridge in a pear tree. He can pop out his hands and fit in the fist hand if you want to have him fisting, you know. Sorry. Anyway, I prefer the open palm gesturing hands though. So there's that, and then you could also use the open palm gesturing hands to have him taking off his helmet like he did in the comic. And then they also include, pop off the head, a unmasked, creepy Professor X grinning face head, which looks pretty darn good. I'm not gonna lie, it is creepy looking. He's got the one raised eyebrow, like, oh, what are you doing over there? Like he sniffs farts, like he's a Murph or something. You know, it's like, I don't know if you guys know what a Murph is, but it's a person that after a girl gets up from sitting on a chair or stool, he runs up and sniffs the seat. That's a Murph. That's what this guy looks like. I don't know, but head sculpt looks really good, so good job there. I'm gonna have him with the helmet on. But if you wanted to, I guess you could put this head on and then turn the helmet around and have him holding the helmet if you wanted to, like so. So you could totally do that if you wanted to. The cape is a sculpted plastic. I kind of wish they would go the route of stop sculpting plastic capes because they're not a whole lot of fun. Just go the McFarlane route and give us a wired cape. I feel like they could fit that in the budget. I mean, come on now. If McFarlane can do it, you guys can do it. Get with it, please. The line work is adequate. I want to say it's nothing too special, just some blue line work going throughout, and it's just painted. The What is cool, though, the armor is actually, like I said, the newly sculpted armor here is actually got some blue paint going throughout the helmet, which looks pretty good. And he also has some blue, like, metallic paint going throughout the shoulder armor and the collar piece, which is really nice. So good job on that. They could have just left this thing plain Jane and been like, oh, that's good enough, you know, how Hasbro does sometimes. But you can actually see the eyes in there too, which looks pretty cool. This guy is mostly just kind of going to be one of those, oh, you stand him there and that's about that. There's nothing really else too special. But yeah, that's pretty much it for all of that. As far as let's bring in China in here. There's a size comparison for you. Here's another one with obligatory Duke. There you go with that. And then we can bring in, you know, Vulcan. I guess, you know, Professor X kind of sent him to his death. And then we'll bring in his other death partner, Darwin, the guy that kept him alive. So there you go. And you got a little dysfunctional family right there. Next, why not? Just because I love having them and I love this look for Outback, we'll bring in Outback. There you go. There's an Outback for you. We'll bring in another one of my favorite figures is the T-800 Retro. And for the last one, we'll do Captain Rex. So there you go. All right, so here he is in the display. It's not 100% accurate to the cover artwork. I just like the way that Banshee looks better in that pose as opposed to the cover art. And Gambit getting him into his pose is just ridiculous, and I would need another flight stand, and I don't have room for them then. But, you know, it's close enough. He's, you know, I'll wait for a gold version down the road. But this will do. I mean, this will do for now. So adequate, but not 100% there. So would I recommend Warlord from the X-Men Retro line? If you don't give a shit about X-Men 275, then I would say pass completely. I like the extra head. They did a really good job with the paint work on him. Where there is paint, where there is new sculpting, they did a pretty decent job. I only have one defect right here, and it's like a little divot on his shoulder right there. But that's, you know, whatever. That's not a big deal. That's a nitpick. Other than that, that's pretty much it for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this fast review, I guess. And yeah, memberships are in the description box below. If you want to become a Jive Turkey, go ahead. I got a few tiers on there. I hope you guys like them. And as soon as we get to 8 members, I'll be doing a giveaway for members only. And not that kind of members only. Anyway, but yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for me. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the flip side.